questions?
Tom, you guys spent most of the season as a low turnover team, 17 tonight for 20 Indy points. A lot of them felt unforced. Just from your vantage point, what were you seeing there with the turnovers?
Yeah, I think it was probably a compilation of things. Yeah, the first quarter was problematic. That set the tone for the game, giving up 43 points, and then you turn it over against them, particularly the live ball turnovers. You're fueling, transition game, and we started slowly, and then we fought back, but we didn't close the half well. The last minute and a half, it wasn't good. Then we started the third slowly, and then we fought to come back, but we kept digging out of holes.
Tom, it seemed like you guys found something defensively in Game 3. Today it seemed like every time you guys made a run, just couldn't get the stop, and I think, like you said, 43 in the first quarter. What did you see defensively that wasn't working?
Well, we knew it was going to be a fast game, so that was going to the priority was, defensive transition to get set, but we hurt ourselves with our turnovers, putting them in the open floor.
Tom, that was what I wanted to ask about, is that you and the players obviously have talked all postseason about the importance of 48 minutes. I'm curious, how challenging is it to make the right play, to make the right read, to make sure that you're covering the right rotation that many times over a 48-minute game against a team that plays this fast? Is it more of a challenge?
Well, I think the thing is every game is going to be hard fought. So even in tonight's game, we still had a chance at the end. So with the idea being we say 48 minutes, and you're striving for that, knowing that it's impossible to get to that. You're not going to get perfection, but strive for it. Fight to win every possession. That matters. And you don't know which possession makes the difference between winning and losing in the end, but each possession is critical. So, and at the end, you obviously want to make more winning plays than they do, and we haven't done that. So, but that being said, it's get ready for the next game. So we'll look at the film, make our corrections, and just lock into what we have to do for the next game.
Tonight, what do you think of the way Mikal played against Halliburton?
Yeah, and it's not just, Halliburton's a great player, and you don't guard great players in this league individually. It's your entire team, and if one guy's not doing their job, everyone's going to look bad, and so. And there's a combination of things, whether we're talking defensive transition, isolation game, pick and roll game, whatever it might be. It's everyone being tied together and moving in unison and reading the ball correctly and making the right reads. And so he got off to a good start. And it's hard when guys get confidence, particularly great players get confidence early, it's hard to slow them down. So I thought the urgency to start the game and giving up the transition baskets, that hurts you because that gives players confidence. And then your job becomes much more difficult.
Tom, transition aside, Halliburton, it seemed like even in the half court, he was kind of able to just get to his spots and pick and roll or an ISO or wherever else. Why do you feel like he was able to get there? What do you feel like defensively you guys could have done to make it more difficult?
We tried giving him different looks, so we got to just do it better. And we'll take a look at the film, and make some adjustments, and go from there.
Tom, you were talking about the turnovers. I know Josh, I believe he had 5. And he was in there for most of the fourth. What were you looking for from him there, and what did you think of his game?
Yeah, just the hustle, like making defensive transition, getting more continuity into the offense. So I thought we scored 120 points. That's plenty of points, but our defense wasn't good enough. The rebounding was good enough, but the defense and our turnovers probably hurt us.
Tom, it seemed like they had a lot of straight line drives. The paint was wide open. Was that a matter of trying to defend the three more, or what did you see that?
Yeah, and again, it's you're not guarding the ball individually, so you have to be in the gaps, and you also got to read whether the drive is a penetrating drive or a flat drive, and everyone's got to be tied together. So if we're giving gaps up, there's going to be seams. And so we have to do better at that.
Tom, what's your message to the team after an emotional loss like that? What do you tell the guys?
And again, it's not going to change. You go into the playoffs with the understanding of what each game is, and so after each game, you have to analyze why you either have won or lost, then make your corrections and get ready for the next game. And so the important thing is to reset and you're not playing the series, you're playing the game. So what do we have to do to win that game? That's all each game is different, and have that understanding. There's a lot of emotional highs and lows in the playoffs. You got to reset and get ready for the next game. And hopefully you've built that habit throughout the course of the year of understanding how important each game is, each quarter is, every play, how important that is as well.
Tommy, I know he stayed in the game, but Towns looked like he was really favoring that knee at the end. Is that a concern for Game 5?
Yeah, well, he was able to go back in, so that's a good sign, and then we'll see where he is after he gets evaluated.
Tom, with the new starting unit, there's a big run to start the second half. Just what did you see from those five on the court together?
Yeah, and there's obviously some good, but also things that we have to do a lot better. So I didn't think we really. I don't think we had a good grouping. We started slowly, but I thought there was a stretch in the first half where we settled down and we played well, but then we didn't close the second quarter. So that, now we come in with a deficit, and then we start the third, without great energy, and you can't do that. And then once it gets to double figures, now they got more confidence. So we got to make sure that we play with the proper approach and intensity and force, and be connected.
Tom, when Josh fouled out, you went to Landry. Why'd you choose him?
Just, we wanted some more shooting just to see if we can get some more threes up.
Over Deuce?
Yeah, just a little more size, Yep.